Guys, and welcome back to another Axel 72 video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing my prediction for the Yabuki versus Lardizabal fight. And so if you are new around here and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so now if you do indeed like the video, and let's get straight into it. Can't say this is going to be a crazily long prediction, but nonetheless this is still, I feel like, an excellent fight, and I feel like it's definitely a fight that's going under the radar. It's, the same promotion that we normally see out in Japan, and it's not the best of undercards, but still it's an interesting contest, and it's for two current world champions up against each other. Yabuki's moving up in weight to fight for that IBF world flyweight title that Lardizabal holds. Sorry about my pronunciation, it's always awful. But yeah, I don't really know particularly why he's moving up in weight for this fight. Obviously, last time out he just beat Nonshinga, and it was quite a surprising win for Yabuki. I believe it was out in Japan, but it was a knockout victory, and Nonshinga obviously had just recovered, from the Curiel loss, and kind of looked like he was back on track and looked like things were going really well for him again. But then obviously he got stopped bad by Yabuki. It kind of, raised the questions, is Nonshinga actually good enough to be a world champion? He had so much hype when he was coming into the professional ranks, and then the fact that he's been knocked out quite badly twice, even though, we kind of thought he was on the comeback trail, it's surprising. But Yabuki isn't a bad fighter at all. He's always been in and around with some of the best guys. I mean, you look at his record, he's had losses to Nakatani, to Akui, to Raji, but he beat Taraji in their first fight, and so he's had some good wins, some losses that have definitely aged well. And so yeah, in general he's not fought anybody too bad and lost to him, and he's in against another world champion here. If he gets another win here, it's a great victory. Perhaps him moving up to flyweight, he's not a massive guy, so it might be a bit trickier for him. And Lardizabal can get good knockouts and can he does have a good level of power, and he's coming off a good stoppage defeat last time out, but he hasn't been tested anywhere near the level in which Yabuki has. His last performance was, yes, against a 20-0 guy, but that 20-0 guy hadn't really fought anybody of too much note. And he's fought a few decent fighters, and he's fought Rosado, he's fought Felix Alvarado, some good ranked guys, but yeah, nothing too crazy, nothing where you're going to look at it and go, wow, he's really fought some of the best guys or anything like that. And he's become a world champion, and it was for the vacant title, so maybe it wasn't the biggest of achievements or anything like that, but he's been around and talked about for a little while. Sonny Edwards, there was talks about him fighting him at one point. This was kind of when Sonny Edwards just wasn't really getting any big fights at all, and he was really chasing any kind of big fight possible, and that's when he fought Felix Alvarado. But then after that, there was just no other talks of Lardizabal afterwards. And so yeah, this is probably arguably the biggest fight possibly in his career. Again, like I say, I'm not too sure why Yabuki's moved up in weight for it, but nonetheless, I think that Yabuki's going to be able to win via split decision. I feel like the only thing that might stop Yabuki from winning is just the weight, but still I believe that he can win, and he can become a world champion, claim the belt in which he had the division lower in this division. And I think it's going to be a close split decision fight, because I do feel like they both fight quite similarly. I feel like they both throw from quite low, and they both have a good level of power. They're both going to punish you if either one of them looks hurt. They'll definitely be willing to let their hands go. I feel like Lardizabal doesn't throw as much in combinations. I feel like he is a bit more of a single punch type fighter compared to that of Yabuki, and that's kind of the main reason why I feel like he's going to be able to win. When Yabuki lost versus Taraji, it was consistently getting caught with the straight right, and that's inevitably what knocked him out. And I just don't feel like Lardizabal throws that shot enough and won't really attempt to throw it. I don't think Yabuki's guard is too tight, but I don't feel like he'll have to deal with the same shots that, like I say, he's been punished with in the past. So yeah, I think Yabuki's going to be able to win via close split decision. I think it could be a knockout performance either way, but I believe Lardizabal maybe doesn't fight too much like a Mexican fighter, but he definitely does have the heart. He's going to invite you forwards, and I think he's going to have a good chin on him. Like I said, I don't think he's been tested too much in that way, but I feel like it's definitely going to show in this fight if he does have a good chin or not. Obviously, if Yabuki's power carries moving up in weight, and then who Yabuki could go on to fight next. His career has been re-enlifted, it's been turned around, and so possibly a Lardizabal fight again. If it's a close fight, it's an entertaining fight, there could be more eyes on it for a rematch, perhaps that could happen. Or a Sandoval, he's backed by Golden Boy, and he's got himself in a good ranked position, that could definitely happen. Or possibly a Taraji again, it's 1-1, they both knocked the other one out, and now they both would be world champions in the same division, so possibly that could happen. I wouldn't be against that at all, to be completely honest, but other than that, I don't feel like the other champions make sense for Yabuki to fight just yet. I think it could be a difficult ask for him to fight any of the other champions in the flyweight division, so I feel like this is definitely his best bet to become a world champion, but we'll have to wait and see. Possibly, like I say, a Taraji trilogy could be a bit further along down the line. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you didn't, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.